We are back here on Girl Talk, and yes, we are with Sean and Erin, and yes, we are at Custom Audio Video, and yes, we're talking about all the cool new trends. And Erin, you asked a question, and Sean's going to answer it.
Yeah, about our designers coming out and kind of building that plan. We always say as early into the process as possible is best to get us involved. So a lot of times our designers are not even going out to the home because it's, ground hasn't even broken yet. For some of our bigger projects, or it's still, hey, I'm going to renovate that room, right? So it's still a whole room and it's going to be taken down and starting from that process.
And I love that I'm going to comment on this because I know it's it. But from being here so much, what I have learned about the design process is you don't have to be an expert, or even really frankly know exactly what you want. You just, and you've taught me that, I just have to kind of have an idea of what my lifestyle is and how I'm going to use my technology.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't even need that, just kind of an open mind.
Yeah.
I had some folks come in the other day and they went, hey, we just want some sound inside and outside. Okay, well, have you thought about this? It shades. Have you thought about lighting control? Have you thought about controls? And kind of opened up this whole new world to them. And when they left, they went, thanks for showing me that.
Exactly.
We had no idea that was our option. So we'll definitely take them into consideration.
Well, I think you demystify things. I think when I think of, smart, like, oh, you can do this from your phone or from here and blah, blah. And I'm like, I think I'm overwhelmed. But it is really the way that things...
It's user-friendly.
It really is right now. I mean, it's not the old school, this breaks, that breaks, or whatever, even with the blinds.
Yeah. And, I like to think about... A lot of times when we're talking about all this stuff and it seems like, oh, there's so much stuff.
Right.
But ultimately, when we end it down, we try to get it into a very simple control system that's very simple to use, very easy to use. I liken it to kind of a car, right? There's so much that goes into a car with the computers in it, the engine in it, the steering, all these different features. But it's like, ultimately, we just want you to be able to get in and drive and be able to feel like you can operate it easily. And so much is put into that, and that's what we do as well, is to make it as simple as possible, even though there's a lot of different things at play.
Erin, with Sean and Ian and all the guys here too, there is a learning curve, but I think the learning curve, it was so much less than what I thought it would be, because a lot of it you all sort of set up for people so that really... I don't have to know the inner workings of it. I just know that if I push A, this happens.
She just wants one button.
Well, that's about what it is now.
Yeah.
Because you can program stuff to just do it on command.
It's unreal.
Yeah, I mean, I've got that little light switch behind my desk here at the showroom. That's one button and it turns on everything, right? Lights are going up, TVs in various rooms are coming on. Incredible. Music outside's kicking on. All these different things are programmed to that one button. And then when it's time to leave, hit it, and everything shuts down. So you can do that at home as well.
Can you work with any space, or is there an ideal type of room that would be easily converted into a media room?
Well, no, I love the answer to this.
Yeah, I mean, we can, but there's also, certain things make it easier. And then there's certain types of rooms that are better for certain experiences, right? If you think about the movie theaters we go into, they're never square. Right. Very rarely are they rectangle, right? They're shaped certain ways because sound travels in certain ways and it acts in certain fashions that's not great for certain spaces, right? So if you want a movie space, there's certain rooms that are better for it, but of course it's a performance thing, right? A lot of people go, it doesn't matter if it's peak performance, I just want a great experience. Okay, well, we can definitely work in it. But then also just what's around that room, right? A lot of these spaces that we're working with, if they're designed, you've got a room, and then maybe behind it is attic space designed into it, kind of like a walk space to work. Here, right, it works very well for us because we've got a lot of space above us where we can do a lot of easy work above us. But not every home's like that unless you got a full attic.
Tell her about the room you're doing now, the experience. They do all these acoustical things that can really make a regular old room more conducive to wonderful sound.
Yeah, our dedicated theater. So this room is actually pretty bad for sound.
Okay.
It's beautiful woodwork in here. It's been here for a while and it's not going anywhere because it's such great woodwork. But wood is a very hard surface, so you get a lot of reflections off of everything from the sound. So stuff coming from the speakers, maybe bouncing off the walls and hitting your ears, split seconds late, and kind of can cause some muddling. But in our dedicated theater space, we just redid all the fabric on the acoustic panels. That's all designed to kind of absorb as much of that sound as possible.
It's like a speaker fabric. kind of?
It's acoustically transparent, so it's going through the fabric and getting absorbed in the foam that's behind it.
It's acoustically transparent.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and even the front, and you'll
Do you
see
understand
it.
that?
You know what's scary? I'm
He
starting
knows
to
so
understand.
much.
Oh my
but
gosh.
I know you're like,
Well, because it's all stuff that we're consumers.
No, I think
We
I
wanna
understand.
know.
Well, you're very good
Right.
at explaining it,
Yes.
which articulating it really helps.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's your takeaway from today? Acoustically
from our
transparent?
Audio
Yeah.
class for dummies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, once we ultimately finish that room, you'll be able to see. So the front wall is actually fabric with acoustically transparent fabric. So all the speakers, we've got the speakers up front. They're behind everything, so you don't see them, but you can hear them. Right. Same thing that happens when you go to a movie theater. Right. If you've ever seen one of those pictures with the screen up at a movie theater and then all those speakers are there, the screen's able to just kind of let that sound through. So it's all about all those things that happen behind the scenes we want to take care of.
And we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk a little bit about pre-planning, but also for you, this will be super cool. I want you to talk about artwork and mirrors and things like that.
Yeah.
How did those even play into this? Stay with us. There's more to come here on Girl Talk.